Hello everybody, this is Wise Exotics. Gonna break this up into uh, as just a quick video. Um, so first I redid the Highland Area 1, which is my um, smaller highlands. These are my ultra highlands slash more sensitive Nepenthes. Looks like I actually have a larger Diabolica picture coming in there. I might need to move that one Hamada out because it's starting to get bigger than the area, but that's more later. It's still fine in there. Um, Nothing really significant. I repotted some of the plants that were growing a little quicker than I expected, such as this VGI M1 K1 cross M2 by Mike Fallen. That one is growing like a weed. So overall, uh, it was just a lot of reorganizing and trying to adjust this area. This stick, and I keep calling it a stick, it's a palmyra. It is a tropical plant. Nice. Let's go over here. In the lowlands, I moved some of the highlands in there, which is Spectabilis cross ventricosa. I have two seed ones on the right side there, the seed grown ones, and then I moved my truncata in there, as well as my Nepenthes jungle bells from. That's the one right there, straight back. So Truncata's in there. I did this because Pink Gardens, who's one of my subscribers, was telling me that they're actually classified as a lowland. So I thought, I can put it in the lowland tank and maybe it'll grow faster or better. So it's in the lowland tank. Up here, Highland Area 2, which is not got a humidifier and whatnot, was getting a little too hot, so I'm keeping the blinds down, as I said. Looks like I might have a new picture developing on VGI Cross Mira. I'm still hopeful my Raja Cross Ima there will give me a picture someday, but so far it doesn't want to. Belly Aristo is doing fine, as well as its what do you call it? Basil, nice and strong, sturdy. I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bigger, and then I might snip it or leave it. If it gets too crazy with too many tendrils, I'll snip it and maybe sell it as a cutting. The other thing that I thought to share here is my aunts and uncles while I was in the hospital. Very nice of them. Actually got me this Grow Light kit. I think I'm going to try to use it with some of the little lowlands and maybe build a chamber for it. I don't know right now what to do with it, where to put it, but that's nice. Queen Malini is right next to it. Obviously, one of my favorite pitcher plants, just as a starting pitcher plant for me. It's grown really well and it's doing perfectly fine. I don't even have a humidifier next to it or anything. It's just in a pot. It grows like a weed. It has big pitchers. It's still the easiest. No update on the palmyra, which is this tropical plant. It's a stick. To my understanding, they look like a stick, and then all of a sudden they're flowers. This one has never actually flowered. This was my mother's. She wanted to see if I could get it to flower because I have the humidifier here anyway. So I'm trying for that. Nepenthese Northiana. I did lose the Cobra Lily that came with my Northiana. It was a freebie, but kind of sad. It looks like my Cingulana Crest Diabolica did get scorched, but it just popped the leaf, so I was worried about that. So this is just a quick mid-April update. Clypeata's doing fine. Nothing over here is worrisome and whatnot. It looks like my, what do you call this? Cephalotus actually has popped a bunch of new pictures, so it's happy. In terms of my cancer treatment and whatnot, what's gone on so far is I went in March for a week for my chemo. I came out at the beginning of April here. First day back, I had no nausea or anything. They gave me this, it starts with a U. It's a shot that boosts your white blood cells, your bone marrow production. Basically puts your body's healing into overdrive, which is a good thing for after chemo. Downside, there's a lot of bone pain, bone aches, bone bone achiness, like your ribs, your elbows, your joints, joint pain, all that. In terms of the chemo pain that I had before I got the shot, I was getting like little pinpricks in my stomach, which is the cancer basically dying. My doctor says I'm doing phenomenal in terms of all that. I did get to see my MRI and PET scan. The mass is right above like my belly button. It's about the size of a tennis ball. It's 14 centimeters. My white cell went down during chemo really well, so it's responding well. One thing that they did state is I'm stage 1. They did note that some of my other lymph nodes did light up in my PET scan, but they were very tiny, so chemo should nuke those regardless. So I'm still technically stage 1, but if those had started to go cancerous, that's stage 2, to my understanding. So I am currently at a stage 1. My blood labs showed that I have the markers for the cancer dying rapidly, which is a good thing. My bone biopsies came back clean. The only issue with my bone biopsy is, like I said, that shot they gave me has aches, so it slowly spreads to the body. I've been dealing with the aches and pains pretty good, Tylenol. The only thing that did bad is last night from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. I basically could not sit down or lay down. I've had no sleep because it was shooting, zinging nerve pain on like a scale 1 to 10, about a 7. Tylenol and all that did not numb it, so they are supposed to be working with me, and my doctor's nurse is trying to figure a way to do it. They gave me gabapentin, which is supposed to be like a nerve blocker. I tried that today. It didn't do anything, so I did have some old oxycodone, and I was told that's okay for me to take. Just one of those. I took that. I am feeling a lot better after taking the oxy. The problem with oxy is it's addictive, and I try not to use it if I can, but you know, that was an extreme pain, and that's what it's for. Looks like I'll go back in around April 17th, 18th. I'll be going back in for my second round of chemo. After that round of chemo, they will do another CT, PET scan, and see how the mass is shrinking. To my understand how this lymphoma works, doing the chemo, the mass will basically shrink into nothingness, and all that will be left behind, hopefully, is just scar tissue. After the scar tissue is present, they will then let me go to radiation, and they will hit the scar tissue. It's called consolidation with radiation for about 15 to 25-ish, maybe up to 30 days. So that's the treatment plan so far. My doctor is very positive. She's actually more impressed that I only have nausea after the chemo, and I did really well during my first chemo treatment. We'll see how chemo 2 does. If anybody has any questions or concerns about the plans or any of these plans, they have a specific one they want me to look at closer or have any questions. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, as I said, with that thing yet, but I might use it with them. I'm thinking of building a plastic cube here that's taller, so these can remain as an ultra highland and then can grow within that area. I'd rather not pop them out because they do like high humidity, but my Diabolica minima cross here is doing perfectly fine with pitchering, so is my Raja peltata, which are two that like high humidity. And I have a Northiana, so it's up in the air there. So again, thank you for being a subscriber and watching my videos. I mainly do this just to, you know, share how my plants are doing and gonna give updates on my cancer treatment, how it's going. Thank you all very much for your support and, you know, best wishes and prayers. I do appreciate it greatly. It's a very anxious thing for me. You know, both of my grandparents died of cancers one died of bone cancer, and one died of like lung cancer and whatnot. So, and one had a heart disease. So, this is kind of touching on some nerves there, but my prognosis is good. I've got good treatment. Or really, one of the best doctors in this area that treats this, and she has a very good, prognosis and how this should go. So, the anxiety is more just kind of waiting for lab results and whatnot. Kind of like, am I clean? Am I not clean? And that kind of builds up anxiousness. But since so far all those are doing really good, that's kind of de-stressed me out and not freak me out as much. I'm mainly really positive, as is my family. They're very supportive and trying really hard to help me during this time. If anybody has any questions and concerns again about the plants, let me know. I do also have a Twitter as Wise Exotics if anybody wants to chat with me there live or talk to me during this process of chemo or just chat with plants. I mainly just do it because I love looking at everybody's plants. So if you want to share some plants with me or let me know. I love looking at Nepenthes. I love these plants. So Wise Exotics out.